Welcome back to the LCS, where you know it's the championship match, and it's going to be fun because we got the LCS Hondas parked out in front. Congratulations to Harut and Mark for winning the Driven by Many sweepstakes. And don't worry, there's still more loot for fans at home. Honda is giving out Hex chests along with random and legendary skins. Just check out at LCS Official for more info or visit the link on your screen.
Man, that giveaway was so wholesome. I was so happy watching that whole thing, you know, hearing their story, seeing some super fans get rewarded. That kicks ass.
I mean, getting a car is actually pretty crazy. I would definitely go with the fire one. I want the skin.
That's true, yeah. I'm glad that they've been out in the parking lot because they've got several different skins on them, and I'm like, yeah, actually, I like all those, you know? I think... Yeah, I would go Infernal or Mountain for sure.
All right, what skins did Team Liquid need to put on to show us a series then, freak?
The World Championship skin. Get inspired.
Slap those babies on. Everybody suit up because we're going into game number 3.
All right.
Win for Team Liquid.
2 changes have already come in. First of all, they've picked blue size. Second of all, they have banned away Viego. He is gone. He is not allowed to be picked. So they will definitely push Closer down his tier list.
So this is interesting because you can be on the blue side, ban away the Viego. I wonder if they're going to have enough priority to take Lee Sin first pick to deny that from Closer. Those are the two that most people point to. Of course, there still would be things like Sin. There would still be plenty of options for Closer. But those are the 2 champions that people talk when they talk about Closer dominance, and he has been on fire.
Meanwhile, bottom lane will be left wide open here for all of the AD carries. Triple ban on Closer. He got MVP of the last series. He's looking like a front runner for MVP of this series already. He's drawing triple bans. Will 100 Thieves ban away the bottom lane here? Are we looking at, you know, the Varus that has been used over and over so successfully by Tactical? No, they just leave it wide open. So all choices up, only the Thresh taken away, so you have a little bit less priority on things like the Aphelios.
And with the Jace ban, 100 Thieves probably looking towards a Gnar. I'm interested to see if jungle is going to be the first pick. You know, you're thinking about Lee Sin, you're thinking about the potential of Xin for the swap, but it is Trundle. Interesting.
So versus Trundle, I would definitely rather have Lee Sin than the Xin Zhao, because Trundle is so good against Xin, who has no escape unless you W something to challenge and are able to dash away like that. So Pillar is very effective. Plus, if you go Red Smite Trundle, you can also fight a lot of these scenarios. Meanwhile, Lee Sin gets choice in a lot of those options. So for 100 Thieves, with the throwdown of Team Liquid early Trundle here, that's where I'd be leaning. They could flex it to top lane Trundle if they really wanted to into like a Renekton matchup or something like that, but I would leave that on the outskirts.
I'm definitely surprised that they banned Olaf instead of Lee, though, if they weren't going to pick Lee, because it feels like such an obvious grab for Closer, and Olaf has not really had much priority these days.
Sure, but we're going to have a lot of pressure on 100 Thieves bot lane to do well. The Aphelios has been picked up without a Thresh to cover, so he is, you know, obviously very targetable. Varus is going to have a lot of lane priority. LeBlanc can assassinate in the back line. You're almost need something like a Braum to keep you alive, but Abadago, who's been having the far better of the mid lane match this whole series, gets to say, all right, I see you, LeBlanc, I raise you, Rise, I'm still going to be in all the side lanes.
I actually love that answer too, because that's much more of a stand and fight, and I'm going to be better than you for the early stages so I can get more fed for split pushing later. Rise, Rune Prison is always so nice to have against LeBlanc later on in the game. If you have something to just stop her quickly, then the rest of the team can just burst this champion down. And when you combine Rise with Lee Sin, it's actually one of the few, you know, jungle duos that are scary for a LeBlanc, who usually can rely on the passive for a lot of escapes.
I'm really interested to see if Braum is actually going to get banned out by TL, because while Thresh is off the table, Braum and Aphelios was one of the pairings that FBI and Huhi were so successful with against Cloud9.
I'm also curious what the top of the matchup looks like, because Alfari, always the cocky player, is like, all right, I'm hovering this Ornn. Hey, someday, this is the champ you're playing. All right, Trundle. No, seriously, go play Ornn, try it. He's like, I will beat you, so take the tank matchup. Bard off the table here instead. I will say ranged champions tend to be good into Braum. That's kind of the matchup counter if you want to have infinite control. Braum's good in the tanks. Braum doesn't beat enchanters or auto attackers, so, you know, that still pushes us towards this theory. I'm curious if the Gnar is gone, as you're mentioning before. I'm curious if the Braum is gone, as you're mentioning, and see which way it goes, and that is Braum gone.
Yeah, they want to deny protection for the Aphelios. Thresh is already banned, so Braum, very quick no-brainer there for the side of Team Liquid. They leave a little bit more open on the top side of the map.
Okay, GP. So throwing down the gauntlet here a little bit. Ignite Gwen could be a pretty strong answer or something along those lines if you want to go really aggressive towards the GP. We have seen those types of looks, and they need to get an edge here in the top lane. It just hasn't been working thus far. Someday has been playing immaculately on the weak side. His team has been supporting him when they need to, but the game has not been about top here, and where are they going to go?
Gnar and a Gangplank gonna be the option there. Of course, Jace was banned as the frequently picked ranged match to kill Barrel, so Gnar is gonna be the option. Can be quite lane dominant, of course, can team fight really well. Still a champion Alfari has played a fair bit. Looking at his history, his third most played all time. Solid win rate. 50-50 on the season, but still one he's comfortable on.
And I really like Gnar, not only for the matchup into Gangplank, but also for the team fight into Aphelios. That is definitely one of the champions that can take over for Team Liquid if he's able to get a good flank, if they can manage the rage bar and are able to get the timing on your ultimates. He can bring it all crashing down around 100 Thieves. But the Aphelios, when FBI has had this champion for 100 Thieves and you do not deal with it, you lose.
It's really interesting. I mean, TL is drafting much more for the team fight this time than the side lanes. Of course, you can play through sides, but generally LeBlanc, Gnar, you do not win the game through side. You push, you get priority, you group, you fight. Both teams can play some 1-3-1, but it feels like it's going to be about the 5v5, and that is why my eyes are on that Aphelios that you're talking about, where FBI has just been on fire.
He has been, and he's going to do it again most likely here. His lane mate has been outstanding at setting up all these fights. 100 Thieves have been winning through pressure into the bottom lane, finding the tower dives, and crushing Team Liquid under their heel, and then getting that into the mid game. Team Liquid have been playing around the top lane. They've been trying to win through Alfari, and it hasn't worked so far. A bit of a different look here in this lineup. Game 3 could be the last of the year for TL. Here we go. Vengeance is in the air here in the LCS Arena. 100 Thieves met Team Liquid in the final years ago, and it was the fastest stomp in LCS Championship history. And 100 Thieves poised to do it back to them here in 2021 summer.
It is shocking the manner that they're doing it in as well, Freak. I mean, we've fought so long with just 4 LCS championships, 4 LCS champions at that. You know, same organizations winning over and over, and we're so close now to a new one.
We're close to this one at the bottom of your screen as well. A reminder that every hashtag Destroy the Nexus tweet you send to @BudLightGaming gets you closer to taking home the ultimate Bud Light Gaming bundle. So make that one happen as well. Okay, by the way, time's running out. 100 Thieves could 3-0 this one.
Look at that health bar.
And we have Tigris with a sideline interview with Cold.
Time is slim. A tough start for Team Liquid here today. How are you guiding the team between games to try and prep for the reverse sweep?
Just reset between games. We have shown before that we can beat them, so now we just take one game at a time.
All right, and now you're looking for the victory here in that one game at a time. Last time you told me the key was breaking the Nexus. What's the second most important thing?
Breaking the next 3 times in a row.
All right, 3 times in a row. Let's see if it can happen. Back to the casters.
Well, they got a long road to go here, and TL's going to have to play a lot better than they have been if they want to match the level that 100 Thieves is bringing. The pre-series expectations were so heavily skewed towards a TL win. We even saw the prediction graphic. It was like 10 for TL, 2 for 100 Thieves.
And the reason for that is the rampage that Team Liquid went on through playoffs to get here, defeating every top team in their path to the finals and awaiting 100 Thieves there, even with the extra day, seeing them play the series yesterday. But they've been caught sleeping here thus far in the series. They got to wake up right now. One of those players that can do it is Santorin on Trundle. You know, they spawned the trophy meme. Here's the engage, though.
Very, very smart. I'm always a huge fan of who he's landing face. He's like come in, just headbutts the Varus out, and they're going to be fine on the 2v2 overall.
The Trundle, though, has actually become kind of a meme with Santorin on social media and how well he's done with it. This is one of his highest win rate champions of all time, 70% win rate on the Trundle. He has had very good pass with it. He focuses very effectively on early objectives, but he's one of the best at utilizing that pillar. where in a lot of cases it's not a great ganking tool. It's not great for affecting lanes, but he has really worked well with both of his solos.
And in this case, it's against Gangplank, where it's the ultimate tool. The cleanse does nothing. The pillar's still in your way. You can't dash over it. Now, he's ready for a bit more. Closer's here to help Abadaga, though. Root comes in once the Lee Sin's in range. Q's gonna land. Q follow through! And it happens again. Crawl Closer gets first blood.
Oh, the Troll King, no more. It's the Troll Peasant dying in the river, and now he goes down, and Alfari is going to lose this massive stacked wave as a result. That felt to me like Santorin wanted it way too much.
And the bot lane focus is paltry. Jensen walks up to get headbutt pulverized and says, all right, thanks for showing up. Both mid laners go down to that one. It actually allowed Abadaga to get his buy first. He's wielding a tier. Jensen hasn't gotten back to base at all. So far, 100 Thieves are winning in actually every lane, barring CS and bot, but ignore that one for now.
Jensen going super deep trying to find him here and does land the chain for some harassment.
Yeah, good job dodging skill shots as well. So that's both Qs.
Yeah, I mean, Santorin found a nice little chunk onto Abadaga, but you need to back off after that. His mid laner is not moving. His top laner is not moving. You do not know where the jungler is, and we can see it again here.
This is exactly why in Champ Select, I'm like, okay, Lee Sin is the for sure pick here versus Trundle because of the mobility advantage. His mid laner, as you're saying, gets chunked, but it's all bait. Lee Sin can close an entire screen. Yeah, he knows the overcommitment in a game like this where it's must win. You feel like you start to reach for those advantages when you have the mid laner on the run, but Closer is there, great safeguard into Q. He even waits too, so the Q's still on him. You know, you don't get the pillar interrupt on it, flashes while it's still there, and he can take it. He knows it's just,
And the thing is, if Closer's not there, he burns flash. Because, like, he's running away from you, you pillar him again, he has to flash over because he's going to die to you. He's going to die to you. You have, press the attack and Q, and it's going to do a lot of damage. But Closer was there. And you probably could have known, right? You probably could have known he started bot side. He's up by Krugs. He's on the way down. And, yeah, he knows, oh, that sucks. But the reward was killing a flash. The risk was dying, and it's what happened.
And that's why it felt to me like this is a play that you go for when you are losing, because you start to feel a little bit desperate. You start to feel like you need to make the big play because things haven't been working. And that can affect your mental. You know, Cole talked about trying to have the mental resets in between games, but people have been working towards this all year long.
Reset again! First blood given over, not the end of the world there. It is going to be a bit of a hole to dig themselves out of, though. As you see, bottom side as well going quite well.
And you can see the exact same kind of play, right? Like, what do we see in top river? I can get him. Oh, the jungler's here. Here's Core trying to set up a bait, right? Tactical's the only one in lane. Go ahead. It's Aftershock. Alistair, dive him. You have Aftershock. You're never going to die to that one. No. We don't see Core. We're already winning elsewhere. He was there. They didn't know it. Good read.
And Closer, who's been having an incredible series, he's the one rewarded with that first blood. You know, getting the early gold lead. He's going to be accelerated as far as the experience goes here as well. Now pathing up towards top, where it is Someday with that slight advantage. He has more to farm, but going to have to play this safe. Nice trading from Alfari as he hit 6 first.
Someday down to just 200 HP after the oranges. He's going to try to heal back up, going through all his corrupting stacks. Going to walk by to Closer. Hey, just in case I get dove, I'm here, buddy. Okay, no problem. Land the E, get the gold, and top lane wave. Closer wouldn't even show himself to get the XP. He knows Someday will TP back.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of money for a Sheen, so it's not even that bad as far as harassment. Loses one melee minion, teleport back on your Sheen buy. Works out just well for Gangplank. I would expect Team Liquid to try and look for things around this LeBlanc. You pick an early LeBlanc for Jensen. You have a Leona for the roams here, and you already see Core JJ starting to get out on the map, wants to influence this game. He wants to take over from support, try and be the difference maker.
Well, difference makers, speaking of them, I feel like Jensen in the mid lane needs to be one. Obviously down the assist, but decent farm. It is his second best champion of all time behind only a Zillion. 78% win rate across his career. He has been so big on this champion. Getting away from Closer, making him take 2 turret shots, get the electrocute off as well. But my eyes are on the TL mid laner. This is a man who, his ceiling is so high, and yet Abadaga so far in this finals has surpassed him.
Absolutely. If he's on this playmaker, there's pressure, you know, not even just on you as an individual, but you as the champion that you are playing. LeBlanc has to play aggressive. LeBlanc has to make these plays happen.
Well, guess what? You start with Dark Seal in there. Let's get stacking. Take that pressure and run with it. Some people, they can crumble under pressure. It makes you make mistakes. Some thrive with the extra energy, though. like it here. See if he can actually start snowballing for Team Liquid, though. As you mentioned in Champ Select, this time around, they have a much sturdier team fight. So as Alfari goes for another nice bit of harassment there onto Someday, that is always something to keep in the back of your mind.
First Dragon going the way of 100 Thieves. FTX gold advantage, already about 700. Looking at bottom Tribrush though, support trading blows. And now it's on to Huhi, who just runs out of health. And Tactical shoots him down.
Santorin level 6 turns that Alistar into paper with the ultimate. They get the kill, but still 100 Thieves will get the Dragon, so not that bad of a trade for them. It's the kill for the Drag. We'll see if TL can push up and get anything more here, but it doesn't look like it. They're just resetting on the map.
Yeah, at least for Team Liquid, the kill went in the right place, and it was last hit by Tactical for Varus. You know, trying to get out to some early lethality power there for the Varus could be critical for them. This is one of the champions that we highlighted during the regular season for Team Liquid, and when Tactical started to have his resurgence, bringing the team back from a lot of the early tumultuous changes that they were having in the split, the accuracy there of the skill shots was quite big, but man, they have a lot to overcome here with 100 Thieves on point. Huhi.
Distortion waiting around the Debbie. There it is. Good flash. That's the best Jensen could have played it. Honest with Alistar, able to get away with only his flash burned, but his life still in hand.
Yeah, he is going to survive there, but again, makes you get back on that defensive end of the matchup. The Mercs are already done for Abbedagge, and he's going to be moving from lane.
And there's such a big difference between support level 6s or 5 here. So he goes in.
Level 6 on Alistar. Headbutt pull, of course, available. And the ulti up if he needs it. The ward hop into a kick onto a Realm Warp. Everyone's ready to receive the kill. 2-1 so far, 100 Thieves.
Man, Closer is just relentless, okay? He's just kicking Santorin around this map on the Trundle. Just gets knocked in again. Realm Warp already communicated preemptively by Abbedagge, so they've got waiting arms there to receive the Trundle. Nice kill, but really what it means are the big jungle takeaways. Blue buff steal into Rift Herald, securing the early game here for 100 Thieves. This will balloon the early game lead if they can finally secure it. Santorin has revived though since it's so early, and they're looking for fight number 2.
4,000 health on the Rift Herald. Upgraded smites available on both sides. Santorin level 6 waiting in the front lines. Knows he can ulti someone for a bunch of stats. 1,900 left on the Herald. Time the eyeball with the smite, it'll go down. Now eyeball not available. Damage onto FBI. He's going to stay alive though. Headbutt pull on a Jensen. Flash to safety. Rooted in place now as well. Can they find the right target? The flash follows Someday. Able to pick up the kill. 3-1.
They can't even get FBI when he walks by the LeBlanc. What a flash right there. Dodging the arrow. Not even getting low enough. He turns it around on Jensen. And Freak, this series is quickly getting out of hand. Remember, they just picked up the Rift Herald, so off of a pick, they take more of your jungle, and they get first rotation.
Yeah, they get the push in mid. They're chipping away there. They're going to get bot scuttle, shove that in. 100 Thieves are just clicking, and it feels like TL have no answers.
Just over 26 minutes was the game time set for 100 Thieves to retake that record out of the hands of Team Liquid for fastest LCS finals ever.
Most dominant maybe here. First turret plate gonna drop in top lane. A bit of gold on Alfari. He does have this nice 4 CS lead, but unlike all the other ones, they haven't gotten a gank that's worked up there. He's only up farm. He's not up a kill like he was in game 1 and 2. And they don't have anything to fall back on either. The other lanes are all winning for 100 Thieves.
I mean, he's down a kill, and GP is going to outscale you. This is not really where you want to be. I mean, he's doing fine, but we expect dominance. We expect absolute destruction in the top lane. It's Closer going in.
Important flash by Alfari. Smart read. That would have been Closer killing him. And I want to give credit the fact that Tactical is up in farm and to kill. Tactical is actually the man with the weight on his shoulders. Winless so far in LCS titles here on Team Liquid. It was all double if he stepped in, and it all dried up around then. But more can be done, obviously. He can be the one to carry. Varus is great. His Manamune is done. That's stacking up. And maybe we could see a bot-focused win out of TL in Game 3.
To be fair, I think it started drying up a little bit before.
It did.
Yeah,
they had 9th place on Double
With
Lift.
Double Lift.
The worst ever season for TL was with Double Lift. We'll give that one out there. But it has turned around with the man, I just want to say, is trophyless himself. He would love to be the reason why the reverse sweep happens.
I mean, TL has had a lot of success, but obviously the roster has changed significantly since then, and they are hunting for that here.
Okay, there's a stun. There's Tactical trying to get away now from a bunch of ultimates as the ult's gonna land, yes, from FBI, but they're not gonna root him in place just yet. They want CoreJJ instead. He'll be the target, and he will be the kill. 4-1, 100 Thieves truly are winning everywhere on the map now.
Yeah, I mean, the one bastion of hope that was still left standing, Freak, you call him out, Tactical, and guess what? You gas a curse him immediately. Down on the bottom side, 100 Thieves strike first, and the money goes into the pockets of Abbedagge's Rise. Someday can easily back off on top side. It will be turret plate money exchanged, but since the Rift Herald is in the hands of 100 Thieves, they get the better end of the deal. That is going to be first turret bonus secured.
And who he's roaming up, you can see him moving on the map here to support Someday so that they don't lose an entire tower in trade. Once the Alistar is here, you can fight your way back to the turret.
And they're trying to. You see him walk up. He puts the sweeper down, sees, okay, any wards? No, there's Krugs being attacked. We know that's Santorin doing it. Puts his own ward down, and okay, farm is able to be allowed.
Oh.
And the big thing, bot lane tier 2 is 800 gold. That is the most valuable turret gold-wise on the map, and it goes to FBI.
3.5k FTX advantage up now for 100 Thieves. They are running away with this one.
Call him a hoodie org one more time. See what happens. 100 Thieves are about to shut up a lot of naysayers.
Yeah, Nate Shot, I got an idea for you. Make some crowns, limited run, 100 Thieves, Kings of the LCS.
I mean, yeah, Nate Shot might be busting out the champagne already, but definitely don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, Team Liquid. Possibilities?
So
they can remain there.
That tweet was a line I had prepared for a call, and it's been taken from me. No silver scraped, only silver medal was verbatim what I was going to say.
I literally asked you before this if you had something prepared, and you're like, nah.
This is the one time I heard
Okay.
Medic casting the LEC, and he did like a gold-silver motif, and I'm like, I can twist that a bit into silver scraped silver metal, and then someone got it. So hey, you know what? Credit to you.
There you go. That guy's going to steal your job, Freak.
Yeah.
But before that happens, we still got some League here to play. Someday doing well on the GP. The top side, especially really strong for 100 Thieves. Mid, jungle, top, all ahead of their counterparts right now. And it's going to have to come down to playmaking here from TL. You're looking at CoreJJ as this big engage factor, at Jensen on LeBlanc to find some sort of a pick, because they've got to scrape together some sort of a way to get back in this game.
And this to me, the most shocking thing is the manner that 100 Thieves are doing this. They're outplaying Team Liquid at every skirmish, at every turn. So when you're banking your hopes on outplaying a skirmish, on out mechanics in any situation, you just don't have the faith with how this series has gone. And 100 Thieves, they will continue to invade. They will continue to take more from you until you actually force them to stop. CoreJJ can try and get some vision control back, but at every turn, it has been 100 Thieves' favor.
Blue buff taken away. CoreJJ knew from his sweeper that the blue buff was gone. He's like, okay, we're going to stay back here. Don't want to be picked off because that thing just spawned, so someone's nearby. Top lane has, of course, a ton of pressure. Gangplank puts that one down low, 2-0 already in turret score. Again, both those are in the bottom lane. That gold pretty much all went to FBI. He is rich. Shield bow is done. Not an easy target for Jensen. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Wits End build just to make sure he doesn't get one shot, though you typically see crit on Aphelios. Just an option, all I'm saying. Gold lead still big. 2 Dragons, nothing as well. We are on pace for a very fast Dragon Soul. Mountain Soul to boot. No one's dying if that comes through.
I really hope that he does not build a Wits End. I sincerely hope that he does not. Did you see the last time Jensen tried to kill him? Right in that spot there?
Yeah.
He flashes the arrow, turns it right back around, Gravitum gun. Oh my goodness.
I think we'll just see Collector second. You know, that feels like the pretty standard build these days.
Fight,
but it is going to be another fight here around topside. And TL are first of the area. They have the extra members.
Here we go. He pops the ulti to tank up early, goes for the headbutt combo and can't quite lock down Alfari as Aphelios was out of range. Misses the shot. Now a root on the front line. Centaur forced to walk away. No. Flash follow. He's tanky. The kick back in. They found Tactical. And Varus is helpless. The knock up. The bowling pins. They're falling. CoreJJ is low. Sonic Wave follows and closer. You can throw in 3 bans. You can first pick a champion. And he does not care. He will carry the fights anyway. It's 7-2. What else do you want out of this draft? He's just better.
Oh my God, Closer has been so good this game, man. Kick back into the GP ulti. They're getting roasted by that ultimate from Someday, and TL are just getting decimated here. The AoE damage coming through, the playmaking there from Closer has been incredible. And it was TL that had the extra members there first, and they were gun shy. They didn't look for the aggressive move. They didn't look for the engage, and they are looking very defeated.
Closer is my new jungle hero, boys. The way he's been playing in playoffs specifically. Here's the pro view. Take a look at how he gets so deep. And his eyes are always on the carry. He did this in previous series as well. So he just uses the Trundle to get back there. Warthog into the flash, gets the kick on the carry, hides in the brush, gets secondary here, doesn't risk dying, backs off from the LeBlanc immediately as Alistar goes in. My goodness, it's over. He even steals the last hit with a Q.
Man, this stuff is just picture perfect. That was so clean, getting the maximum distance there at the end, and now he's going for another one.
Gets the slow, gets the Gordrick run as well. Closer gotta have enough damage, kicks him Q, and yeah! He's got the damage. Closer solo kills Team Liquid's only hope.
I knew how that one was gonna turn out because we just heard a scream from the side of 100 Thieves a second before it happened, so you know he's going down, kicks him away under the turret. This one is already going the distance.
Yes,
it's
the distance. They are traveling Rift Herald into the inhibitor turrets. 26:04 is the time to beat, and 100 Thieves are poised to make it.
6,000 up now. Going to be going back and grabbing their third dragon, securing the late game win conditions. They have the monstrous early advantage, and TL are just in one of these positions where they're having to face check there. Core JJ could easily get picked.
That's a stun. That is a Leona, and Knight has fallen on the Solari. Closer is dominating. Dragon is ripe for the taking.
Thank you, observers, for the foreshadowing there.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as it goes dark and the vision is in their favor, all of a sudden, something bad is about to happen to Team Liquid.
And more just keeps happening. The red buff to be taken away. The dragon that we know was to be claimed has been grabbed at 19 and change. Sub 25 of the Mountain Soul. Baron spawns in 30 seconds. We're just counting the minutes now. We're counting the time. Team Liquid, this would be a miracle comeback if it were to happen.
I mean, you could see it in their faces, how stressed, how much pressure TL is under here. They feel it slipping away. They need that miracle play, but it has been utter domination in vision control here. You look at the line across the map, all the wards in the area, there's nothing for TL. They're forced into these face checks where they're losing every time.
And we can take a moment to appreciate the season that 100 Thieves have had. This truly has been the year of the 100 Thieves, 2021 for sure. Coming into the lock-in tournament, you know, picking up the Golden Guardians pack and such a strong performance there, really a resurgence for this organization overall, but it was about the tinkering that they never gave up on, making these adjustments, bringing in Reaper, bringing in Abadage, and then every player on the team playing better, building that synergy, and culminating in what is close to being the new fastest final of the LCS ever.
And playing their own style to boot. I think more and more across the world, we're seeing people getting out of the bottom lane. The solo's got to win. It's the 1-3-1. It's the different style. And no, they're going to go back to playing around bottom lane. FBI, who I would say for at least a year and a half running, has been my pick for the best bot laner in the LCS. Him and Huhi have combined so well together, and they are kind of the new heart of the league. They are so much of the driving force of 100 Thieves winning. Obviously, Closer is outstanding in this one. Obviously, he's been outstanding in the playoff run, but bot lane domination has been the name of the game for 100 Thieves for so long, and it's working here as well.
And it was such a resurgence for Huhi on the role swap here. So close now to winning a title in 2 positions in North America. You know, people had been calling for his retirement, saying he was washed up. He changes roles and is now part of the most dominant bot lane in the league. He is a large part of why FBI is doing so damn well.
It is not Wits End, by the way, Kobe. Lord Dominic's is in.
Thank God.
Hit the front line. He is doing for
as soon as he started saying that, I was like, please no.
I'm just saying there was a logic to it, that's all. Not that it was definitely going to happen. And either way, yes, he is building for frontline busting with the shield bow to kind of cover his bases against someone like a LeBlanc. But even then, it's 0-2 with a Mythic and some Sork shoes. And 0 stacks in the Dark Seal. 0-2 and 0 doesn't go any other way with that one. So comeback potential limited, we'll say.
All right, timer in chat, baby. Let's get it going. Little over 4 minutes and counting. The 100 Thieves are circling. The Wolves see their prey. There is a Baron on the map. So they're actually warding up on bottom half first. It's kind of question mark for me right now, instead of really forcing this one through and using all of your vision resources up towards that Baron to set up for Baron bait into turn, because they have such a good turn with Alistar plus Gangplank possibilities here and Realm Warp. It doesn't look like they have the timer on their minds. It doesn't seem like they're really rushing towards it. What they have on their minds is securing their organization's first ever championship. They're not going to give Team Liquid a comeback avenue.
Okay, here we go. Closer wants in on a tactical, nearly finds the target. Good damage, and yes, again, knocks him down. But help from Gangplank this time. And all right, stopwatch buys 2.5 seconds. Jensen going to go back into the base. They run back to safety. Baron is available.
There is no escape. There is no reprieve. Closer is here, and he wants his title. Kicking tactical back into the well.
All right, here we go. Baron on the table. Control wards are down. Quick healing from the Honey Fruit, and it's time to claim the epic objective. Not going to be much of a problem here, but Santorin could always try for a steal. We saw him in the LEC. Maybe there's a chance here for this one if Santorin can get his way into the pit, but the team is going to zone him out. FBI just throwing in the damage. Alfari is going to get Meganar. Do they take this fight? It is 5 versus 4. This would be a tough fight to win. Gold deficit notwithstanding. 4K health on Baron. They stay in the circle. Alfari is kicked out. Realm Warp comes in. The kills the target instead. Closer. It's going to be a flash follow coming in. Headbutt pull for the Ignite. And 2 kills come through for 100 Thieves. Team Liquid now on the run away. Closer has to find something to jump to get away. Control ward is in. Kick is available momentarily and might find more with it. 24 minutes on the clock, and we're looking for 2 more kills. Barrels come in to find a slow. Santorin walking back, but he is slowed down as well, and here comes the rest with Gangplank. Jensen running back through the turrets, running for his life, jumping over the wall. Someday gets him with a Q. Is it up in time? Oranges, and the kill comes in. Someday gets the next kill of the fight, and Team Liquid are still routed, running away for their lives.
Yeah, run from it. Fear it, but you're not going to be able to stop it. The 100 Thieves are coming for your lives.
Yeah, and the Dragon's going to spawn. The delayed deaths there actually hurting TL in a lot of ways here. Now it's a 30-second respawn there on Jensen. Santorin is going to get back to base, but only to find his opponents have already grabbed the Mountain Soul. One of the last chances TL had to come back in this game would have been the instant pick, would have been the one shot. And the Mountain Soul does so much to erase that possibility for 100 Thieves.
That's a fight once again because Closer gets a bit of help from Someday and just takes down poor Tactical.
Playing an AD carry versus Closer, you got to know he's always got his eye on you. And this one, I said, oh, maybe they'll be able to get a shutdown off. And there's a giant bounty there, but he had a stopwatch, so spoiler, he got out. Then, meanwhile, on the Baron, the most imperative point here is that they turn. They're not looking to 50-50 flip the smite fight here. They're always looking for the turn. So Alfari, they chunk him down and Realm Warp, no hesitation. Everybody in. They follow it through, even with the flashes over the wall. 100 Thieves, no hesitation. They pick up the kills and they trace the remaining members across the map.
And now we get to see how they want to end this one, because the gold lead is 8,000 plus the Mountain Soul. 100 Thieves are in control of this one. Jensen wants himself a blue buff, but Closer and Abadaga says, no, no, no. Your objectives belong to us. Your base belongs to us. Everything belongs to the 100 Thieves. They own it now. They're an upright business. They've bought it all with their blood, sweat, and tears. And now they're looking for the last bit of this game.
It's just dying so fast.
Masher is
It's
under
gone.
fire. Santorin cannot even get into range. He can't even see the Baron to smite it. And a Realm Warp to find a bit more to close the game now. They've knocked down Tactical yet again, and Trundle can only run away. Alfari hops to a bit of safety. Core JJ on the chase, the kick, the follow, the kill yet again. 3 unanswered kills. They may not set a record, but they're still gonna hoist that trophy in the end. 100 Thieves will not be stopped.
Looking like we're going to get a bit of red here in the LCS studio pretty shortly. 100 Thieves with the Baron will come marching in.
16-2, and a Rift Herald lost is all that separates 100 Thieves from a perfect game in the last game of the finals. The LCS Championship is going to be home to a new team, the 5th to ever hoist an LCS trophy, and it's 100 Thieves who here to start the dive. You can hear the cheers behind us. 100 Thieves rule the LCS.
100 Thieves, LCS champions at last.
What a year from this team. The journey they have taken, the improvements, leaps and pounds beyond where they were last year, the year before, as they have chased this return to the finals that they had in 2018. And they have far surpassed that team, far surpassed anything this organization has accomplished in League of Legends before.
The original fans of this team, when they first started their first split, they can be happy now with the vengeance that they get over Team Liquid. That final showing, they didn't rush into it. They got very close to meeting that record. And now they can celebrate.
For so many, the first LCS trophy ever hoisted. For Huhi, he got one in his rookie year as a mid laner. Now, as a support as well, and he was such a driving factor. The bot lane dive in game 1 where they got 4 kills, set it off, and every fight since then started by him. Every single player you can look at and say, this man was the best player in his role in this finals. Every single one was so huge, every single one deserving the title of best team in the LCS.
And that's what it takes to have this level of domination. It was 100 Thieves coming in as underdogs, but performing as heavy favorites, looking so much better than we expected here. This team crushed the competition today.
You give credit to the players, you give credit to the coaches. I saw the comments, why would you give closer Viego? Just ban it. They banned 3 champs and took one, and he looked just as dominant, if not more. Every single one of these players just playing to such a high degree in every single one of the games. A well-deserved trophy at the end of the day, and now we send it down to Tigris and the victorious 100 Thieves for the Verizon post-game interview.
Hey guys. Hello, everybody. It is a wonderful day for 100 Thieves here on the stage. A final lift from the team of this trophy. There you have it, folks. All right, Someday, where are you? There he is. Gotta hand this to you.
Yeah.
You have been on quite the journey since coming here to the LCS in 2017. Longest standing member on 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
First trophy here in the league. What does this moment mean to you?
It's really happy that I can get trophy finally, and it's thanks to everyone, that all the teammates and all the coaches, and yeah, I'm really happy.
You were here last time when it was the fastest finals on the receiving end against Team Liquid.
Yeah.
It's the opposite result this time. Do you feel that you got to exact some revenge?
I mean, yeah, that game was like 3 years ago, wasn't even close the game, but I played really my best a lot, and I showed my everything, and yeah.
You put everything on the table here today, Someday. As the 100 Thieves representative, being here the longest time, I'm going to allow you the honor. What would you like to say to the 100 Thieves fans out there that have been cheering you along this entire time?
I know there is a lot of fans and haters, but haters just haters, and fans are really behind on me, and I'm really thanks to everyone to behind on me, and I'll try to my best at words too. Thank you.
It was your best, and it was well worth it. Thank you. Someday I'll let you go and join your team. I'm going to call Closer over here on the stage. I know a lot of emotions are running for you all. You smashed it here today. Just tell me what's racing through your brain.
I just want to thank to John Robinson, Nate Shot, Courage. We have an amazing organization, and from the first day I came to LCS, I knew I'm going to win the trophy. To be able to do that with such a great friends and a good organization means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much.
The thank you so genuine here. Closer, why did they give you Viego?
I don't know, but it didn't matter. So.
You've shown so much here on the stage
Yeah.
here in the LCS. We have talked about the fans that have traveled with you along the way. Is there anything you would like to say to the Turkish fans specifically that have been following you from
Yeah.
region to region?
Beni desteklediğiniz için çok teşekkür ederim. Sonunda başarabildim. Her zaman destekleriniz çok sağ olun. I said thank you to them for supporting me all the way. They were always with me, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Closer. I'll go ahead and take that from you. You can join the team. We are going to briefly send it over to the casters before getting some words. Don't worry, we're going to be talking to you, Abadaga, in just a second, so you stay right there, friends. Back to the casters.
That's right, Abadaga, back on Karma Duty for you for a couple more. You know, it's our time to shine, I think is fair to say. I mean, what else can we say about 100 Thieves? It was so dominant.
I mean, there's so much to say. I just think it was such an impressive performance, such an unexpected performance as well. I think this was the most unexpected stomp in LCS history. As far as, you know, the team coming in as the underdogs, destroying the competition. We have had one-sided finals, but nothing this unexpected that I can remember. And it really speaks, I think, to preparation. It speaks to performance on the day. You're looking at the Shen pick. You're looking at some of these things that they have been able to accomplish today. It's so impressive.
I did say yesterday the rematch is going to be a different story. This is a very different story than
It's
the
pretty
first
different.
time around that they played. Oh my goodness. And for me, the improvements were not just like, oh, we replaced a bad player. It is all these systemic things that they did in changing their play style, in changing the way that they prioritize different objectives. They're rotating around the different compositions that they're playing, the improvements of individual players that were not changed out. Closer, to your point, this man is just out of his mind right now. MVP status, jungler, hard carry, 1v9, going legendary on champions when they throw 3 bans at him. And it's actually just insane. Everybody else is playing their part right around him as well. Maybe the one thing that people harped on most this year was Someday. And Someday here held Alphari to basically no impact in this series. The Shen pick was huge. The Renekton game was huge. All around, you know, big pats on the back for 100 Thieves.
Right. Even though the dives came through, right? Team Liquid, I think in a lot of cases, executed their normal game plan, which was they found a lane dominant pick. Alphari won his early lane. He got pressure. And the jungler showed up, and the mid laner showed up, and they got him a kill. They got first blood in that lane, I think, in the first 2 games. And then did it matter? No, because Someday was like incredibly good at playing weak side. And then, oh, hey, I'm bot lane for 4 kills and a turret. Did my job great. And I was like, oh, well, now you're richer. Now you're a big difference maker. And so Someday played his role really, really well. And then when he got a lane dominant pick, right? When he got the Gangplank, oh, yeah, no, I have top pressure. He's not going to help you. Oh, your enemy jungler's dead. Nice try trying to show up top lane, you know?
I mean, it's just so impressive because their performances, I think, are amplified by the level of their competition, right? When you think about Closer having this finals MVP performance, he's going up against Santorin, who people were talking about as the other guy who was equaling or maybe even surpassing him. They took him down the last time. He had been smurfing through playoffs, and everyone's saying, you know, TL finally reunited. They have the main roster. They can't be stopped, and they got crushed.
He also overcame some of his own demons. The one thing staying between Closer and all the other junglers in the LCS had been Blabber. It was his second most played matchup. His lowest win rate, 29%. They took care of Cloud9 as well.
Yeah. Well, a great play so far for 100 Thieves. Obviously a 3-0 lead. A 3-0 victory, I guess, is how that's going to work. Either way, now we're going to toss Latigris
They are
with
leading.
FBI. Yeah, Latigris with FBI and Abadaga.
Thank you, Freak. I've got more champions on the stage with me here at the LCS. FBI, this was a crazy series. I don't think there was a lot to critique on 100 Thieves' side, but you tend to be the most critical every time I talk to you. So what was your take on this match?
My take is that I didn't really do much, I feel like, in the series. I think our top side just hard smurfed the game, and yeah, I'm grateful for them, but I want to show up at Worlds.
Well, throughout the year, we have seen so many people show up. I know you're all already looking towards Worlds in the future, but Abadaga, your journey just began here in the LCS, joining in summer. What is it about this roster and coming together that you feel has made it such a championship caliber here today?
I think it just has shown like that we have great mechanics. We're all really good individually, but our team play wasn't very good at the beginning of the split, and like throughout, like we had a lot of problems. But we took a lot, we learned a lot about team fights and macro in the last 2 weeks, and like I think we improved so much, and we could show it today. And so I think we can still be better, and like this wasn't really that hard. It felt like it was a bit too easy this weekend. So I hope NA steps up a bit.
I mean, you made it look easy across the board as a team. Legacies were being built here today. The first banner for 100 Thieves to be going up in the studio. FBI, we talked about the fact that this means so much to you coming from OCE. Now, having a championship here, what do you feel that this contributes to your legacy as somebody that people already consider to be the best bot laner here?
I don't feel like winning one title means that much, honestly, in North America. I really want to show up internationally with this team, and I think that we can do it. And I hope that we can have a better showing at Worlds and improve by then. With that being said, I'm always down to have a trophy, and I'm hoping there's many more to come.
Speaking of Worlds and the journey there, Abadaga, what does ending on such a high note, receiving the championship, do for your journey to the international level?
I think just right now we showed that we are clearly better than every other team in NA, but we shouldn't get cocky when it comes internationally because other teams are really strong. And we just have to keep grinding, and if we want to have a good showing, if we slack now, then we'll for sure look bad at Worlds, because I think there's still a long journey until we compete with the best international teams.
Still a journey to be had from now until then. But there's still some celebrating to do first. FBI, I know that he has talked a lot about his words he wants to say to Nadeshot and the thanks he wants to give to 100 Thieves. What do you want to say to the staff and everyone that has supported along the way, with people like Reaper coming in as well and really shifting this team?
Yeah, I think to the org and Nadeshot, I'm really appreciative that you guys picked me up. And this org is really all about winning. I can tell that the organization really, really, really wants to win, and they showed it with all the moves that we did this year. So I'm really grateful and happy that we can pay it back.
What about you, Abadaga, being one of the newest members to come under the 100 Thieves banner here in the LCS? What words do you have to say to your comrades and those beyond?
I think just this org is really insane to play for. I'm very happy that I can play for them here. As FBI already said, is that they really showed it how much they care about winning, and I love their attitude towards winning, and it comes from Nadeshot, I think. They invest everything into us if they think we will use it to win it. So I think it's been very nice that we showed them what we can give back to them. And yeah, I heard Coach JJ said some things in the opening video that he's worried it's going to be a fast stomp. But I just heard from Vic that this might have been like 2 minutes off the fastest series in the LCS. So it's kind of sad for Coach JJ that he was actually scared of the scenario. But I guess he's just fucked now.
Oh my, the truth come from Abadaga here. Now, FBI, obviously, there's a lot of tension from both teams, a lot of expectations coming into this, wanting it to be fast, long, whatever it may be. But for you, you've experienced some of the longer end of the journey, being a part of the building blocks on 100 Thieves that really came together throughout the year. So what has that been like, being a part of that journey and seeing the evolution from the top to what is now championship title?
Yeah, it's really nice, I would say, just slowly seeing the progression in the team. And I will say that even though there were bumps in the road during the regular season for us, I feel like we really came together in the playoffs. And I don't know, it's like kind of touching and like, I don't know, I'm just really happy, and I hope we can continue to get better.
Happy smiles, good vibes here on the stage. It's just you two and the trophy, my friend. Go ahead, lift it up one last time. Kiss the trophy, do whatever you want in your celebration, baby. It is a great day for 100 Thieves. Don't drop it, though. Everybody, we are going to continue here on the LCS. We're kicking it to a break, but on the other side, all of our friends will be on the Bud Light breakdown to get you all the coverage you need. See you there.
Yeah. All of my life, man, they counted me out. Not many people are doubting me now. Even some legends are shouting me out. I promise there's nobody stopping me now. My haters look angry, I'm popping. My name will never be forgotten. Running this game, I ain't jogging. Opponents know that I'm a problem. Ay, always considered the underdog. That is just crazy talk. Don't you be sleeping on me. Promise my skill isn't under y'all. I win the one-on-one winning's the reason I breathe. No one believed in my vision, but my vision crystal clear from the beginning. I've seen my competition can't handle me. Greatest of all time, I am just destined to be. I came to win. They all know that I came to win. I came to win. Step on the stage, I'll amaze again. I came to win. They all know that I came to win. I came to win. Step on the stage, I'll amaze again.
Welcome back to the Bud Light Breakdown, and congratulations to Huhi and 100 Thieves for an incredible championship run. Congrats to those of you at home, though, as well, who destroyed the Bud Light Nexus. One lucky fan is going to walk away with the ultimate Bud Light gaming bundle. Hundreds are taking home merch, and turns out the Nexus is full of Bud Light as well. So visit @BudLightGaming on Twitter to learn how you can get free beer for LCS viewers 21 and over. Enjoy that with us as we celebrate with Huhi a dominant 3-0 LCS championship. Oh my God, the revenge match over Team Liquid. You're the first LCS player in our history to win a championship in 2 different roles, mid and support. Huhi, what is going on today? How did you guys come out with that much fire?
I think everyone really stepped up today. Like I was saying, like in interviews before versus Team Liquid before, I felt like our ball lane, me and FBI, didn't really do much, and we even made it to a 5-game series. So today, like, we were in good condition, and we knew that we're gonna 3-0.
We did miss the very beginning of that, unfortunately, because your mic was dead, but we caught just the end. I'm going to recap for some viewers at home. Cited the fact that in previous matchups, felt like the bot lane was underperforming, but you guys found the answer this time around as a duo to get a little bit more ingrained into the game and have an effect on the ultimate results.
Yeah, I remember, like, during, like, I guess near the end of the split, like, the Wozo was happening, like, you guys were starting to slip a little bit, and the other teams were catching up as well, and you guys had to, like, get back and really kind of come together on what you guys wanted to work on. How was that period? And, like, what did you guys feel like you came out of it?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously towards the end of the split, we were in a pretty big slump, I will say. And I think all of our teammates really knew that, and our staffs. And I think what was really impressive for me was that as a team, I think we kind of had strong resiliency and, like, strong mental. And we still had each other's back, and we knew that we can overcome this, and slowly worked on it. And I feel like now, like, we really truly kind of became a team, and it kind of showed on the Rift.
Yeah.
In terms of team identity, I feel like whenever you guys were slumping at the end of this split, people were like, oh, they don't have a team identity. Last split, it was like all anyone would talk about is they used to have an identity and they didn't. So what do you think the identity of 100 Thieves is right now? Because I actually thought you guys came out incredibly strong, both in the early game and just around, like, tower dives specifically.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the beginning, we were, like, really strong in the early game. Like, we were winning our lanes a lot. Like, but our weakness was, like, we didn't really know how to play map properly in, like, mid-late game. And I think we were kind of focusing on that. And I think nowadays we found that answer. So I feel like right now we're kind of pretty decent at everything. But, like, we obviously want to forge that down going to Worlds.
And a follow-up to that is, I noticed in today's early game, you guys did a really good job of cross-map trading, especially early. So what's the communication around setting up these plays like?
I think it differs every single time. Like, whenever someone sees the play, I think that person brings it up. And as a team, I think we listen to that guy.
And I'm going to take a step back and mostly just talk about the doubt that's been surrounding the team consistently. Like, when Team Liquid came up, we were like, oh, Team Liquid's the best team. I believe that as well. Same could be said about Cloud9, the first place team in TSM. And I'm sure you guys have heard some of that doubt consistently. But, like, even talking to you before we came on, you had an insane amount of confidence, like this was just going to happen. Where does that confidence come from? And how do you feel about that doubt that was surrounding it before?
I think the doubt kind of gave us, obviously, some pressure because we felt like this is the split that we can really show something. But, like, towards the end, we were slumping and everything was, like, kind of going downwards. And it was hitting us, I think, a bit, I will say. But, yeah, I think as a team, like, I don't know, like, we really worked hard, like, every day and, like, didn't give up. And I think we just had strong mental and kept working. Like, I don't know what else to say. And also, I think one of our favorite lines from a song, Industry Baby, is like, you were never really rooting for me anyway. So we're just like,
hell yeah!
So like me and FBI were just saying that over and over, like towards the playoff. And yeah, we're really glad that we shut some haters.
There we go.
Speaking of shutting up haters, I remember interviewing you a ton as a mid laner, and you were like heavily criticized, right? Now you are the only LCS player to have won a championship in 2 separate roles. I remember at an interview in the very beginning of this split, you said you felt like you had only learned how to play support recently. So how do you feel about your level of performance, and what is it like to win in 2 different roles?
I think this one kind of felt special because I felt like for me, I didn't personally feel like as excited as my first split, but seeing my teammates win and like the reaction that they had, like I think like Abidage and Freeze, our coach, was kind of crying, and like FBI was like tearing up, and like just seeing that like emotion for me kind of meant a lot. And I think it also gave me like a lot of confidence to my role, and that I am doing the right thing in the right step. And yeah, really excited to go Worlds with FBI and see how we are in the bot lane.
Yeah, everything was coming together. And I remember, working with you in Academy. Well, but I already felt like you had it. But like you made the role swap, and I guess we talked about it a little bit earlier on. But that journey, the journey of moving towards support, not only just coming back into the LCS, but being one of, if not the best support right now in the league. First of all, how does it feel to kind of like taking a step back and seeing that in your career? Yeah, how does it feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, it really feels good because when I used to play mid lane, and even though I won and went to like final in MSI, I felt like I was like not really praised at all, and like I was like really kind of undervalued a lot in my opinion. And I think switching to support, like people kind of still had that kind of perception, but like there were a lot more people that I can see that like to get rid of that perception. So that felt really good because before, even though I played well on mid lane on my thought, like people weren't saying anything. But nowadays, if I play well on support, I think I can see a lot of people praising me too.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not trying to get an ego from that, but like it just feels good as well.
Oh, but it's very cool to watch you break those kind of preconceived notions, right? And I guess my only question is, mid, support, what role's next? Where are you going?
Maybe jungle. Because
Maybe jungle. He's coming for your role.
Get in here. Let's get you.
Yeah, you can come walk in. Speaking of which, as we bring the man onto the set in this moment, Closer who was called out as our player of the series here for our LCS championship. So what a performance put up by you, my friend. A couple games on Viego. Just absolutely dumpstering the competition. Fine, they finally get you off of the pick, and you still get work done on the Lee Sin of all things. Huhi, I'll turn to you in asking about Closer and what he does for the team, and just generally your thoughts on his performance in this series.
Yeah, I mean, I think Closer is like a really good jungler, like obviously, and like his strength comes from like early game, and like once he has the control of the game, I don't think there's anyone that can really shut him down in the LCS right now. And I think that can also go with versus some of the World's team. And I think just now I started to really work with him well in the jungle, like as support jungle synergy. And I'm really excited how far we can go as that synergy.
Now, in this time, Raz has passed his mic on over to Closer. So, Closer, just thoughts from you as you receive word that you got player of the series in this all-important 3-0 stomp over Team Liquid to bring the first ever trophy to the 100 Thieves org.
I'm extremely happy, to be honest. Like I said, like it means a lot to me with like doing with my like best friends right now. Like since Golden Guardians, we are really close. And since I came to the league, everyone thought that we're gonna be a 10th place team. And we made it from there with the same group of people almost. Is like means a lot to me. And I'm really happy for everyone. We did it.
The furthest you can possibly be from a 10th place team, now LCS champions. I want to do something real quick, which is contextualize the performance put up by you guys in this series by taking a quick look at our Samsung SSD Fast 5. This is a category of stats by which we track players in every category throughout the split. and these are isolated just to playoffs and a comparison between you and your counterparts here in the LCS. Emily, what do you make of all this?
So one thing I thought was really interesting that I wanted to ask Huhi about is the discrepancy between him and Core, and I'm assuming most of it is just because he spends so much time out of lane. But going into today, one of the things I wanted to ask you is how you did prep for that, because you know he spends a significant amount of time outside of the bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, I think I knew that his playstyle, like at least this split and this playoff, was roaming around a lot. And I also knew that that wasn't good because the way how he was doing, like even the first series that we played versus him, I was level 6 and there was time that he was level 5 or 4 without a sidestone when I had it. And that should give us a lot of advantage, but that day I was just not performing. And today, like, it kind of felt the similar where like I was getting sidestone way before him. I was level 6 and I was just moving around, making plays with John, like closer. And with that sidestone advantage, it gives us a lot of value. So I was really confident that we're gonna win the game.
And that confidence showed through on every single level in this best of 5, which was made to be a quick 3-0. With finals complete, we now turn our attention to the World Championship, where you will be competing alongside Cloud9 and Team Liquid to defend North America. So real quick, your thoughts on going to the World Championship in that all-important first seed as well as a representative of North America?
Yeah, obviously, I think our mindset should be going in there and we're gonna learn a lot. I think that's one of our playoff lesson that we learned. Like the first playoff match we had was 3-2. After C9 versus, we had 3-1, and today we had 3-0. I feel like we're rapidly like being adjusted by enemy team, and I think we can use that as a weapon in Worlds. So learn from what they're doing. I think we're there to go away from the play rounds and then make it far.
Well, if this trend continues, Raz, it sounds like we're going to get an utter stomp in the group stage out of 100 Thieves.
Exactly, and I feel like a strength that they have, you know, that you guys are going to line up well with is just like that level of aggression. Like understanding, hey, if this is a great dive timer, let's just go for it, right? I see this consistently with LPL teams, and it's nice to be able to bring in an LCS team that specializes in that, that's not willing to kind of back down. I think it's going to be really damn good to see.
I understand y'all have been practicing hard and probably haven't had a ton of time to be watching all the other regions around the world, but are there any teams that you know of that have qualified to the World Championship that you're particularly excited to run into, either from LEC, LCK, LPL?
I think most of the LPL teams we're really excited to face. Like, we watch a lot of LPL VODs, and sometimes, like, whenever...
Emily's over here fist pumping on that.
Whenever they're having, like, that kind of chaotic fights, internally, whenever we do it as well, we call it, like, dog fights, and we're not going to back down. So we're waiting to face some LPL teams.
All right, hold on to that aggression. Now, we'll spend a bit more time chatting about the World Championship in the Bud Light League Lounge with myself, the Tigers, Kaizen, and Crumbs right after the show. And we'll be taking fan questions, so tweet at Bud Light Gaming with the hashtag LCS, and we'll try and answer you live on air. Bud Light has shown a lot of support for the LCS, but they are not alone. With the season at a close, the LCS team would like to extend our deepest thanks to all of our partners. We truly could not do this without you, and your support means that League of Legends esports will continue to grow, thrive, and entertain fans for years and years to come. With all of that said, though, now on behalf of myself, the casters, and the entire remote broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in a few weeks for the 2021 World Championship. But before we go, here they are, one last time, the new guys of North American LCS, your 2021 LCS champions, it's 100 Thieves!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the playoffs. It's time for the best of 5s. It's time for those huge moments.
Give me a target.
Flash snipe from Danny. That's how you start off playoffs. And Impact, the big man on campus, and evil geniuses get the ace.
They are on track to move straight forward in the winner's bracket.
I think there was a lot of expectation for both of these rosters coming into summer. And
yeah, these are two teams, two organizations that have extremely recently won the entire league.
They get the first bit of the slow. Q flash gonna land. They check the stun. There's no way Perks lives.
Jensen and Santorin have been cold as ice.
2K, he gets the stun. He's gonna get a lot of damage to Perks.
Oh, he did it!
Let's
He did
go, Santorin! Team Liquid demolish Cloud9.
If you lose this best of 5, you're done. Execution over the wall. Revenge is going in. He is ready to bring this one home for Immortals. Immortals will clean sweep Dignitas out of the playoffs.
We're bearing witness to a David and Goliath series between Cloud9 and Golden Guardian.
Flabber flash thing with the sweep for an iconic. It's just gonna get fished out of the air by Vulcan.
C9 looking on top of their game.
A best of 5 to determine the first LCS team to qualify for Worlds. And Closer's gotta run. The Sonic Wave lands, and Closer gets a single kill. Resets in, gets a second, a triple kill. The man can do no wrong.
100 Thieves, one more game and they make Worlds.
Push back now, no one's left alive. They've got to run. They've got to run. No, Danny steps up, and Danny shuts down one. Mid laner is dead though, and it's going to be another kill in. Danny is doing it all. EG in the upper bracket.
It's Danny versus the world. It's Danny versus the 100 Thieves, and Danny's
going to get one. Danny could get two. Holy God, he's so damn good at this game.
CG versus 100 Thieves.
Doing battle one final time. The CC combo, Huhi and Closer together. And just like that, 100 Thieves have punched a ticket to Worlds.
Welcome back, everybody, to Team Liquid versus TSM here in this best of 5. Nicely done there. The root, the damage, the pop. Good night to Lost. And TSM will try to fight back, but it will not matter.
TSM have got to move forward and fight this.
It's TSM coming to life to get their first win in the series. But now a very nice aces from Jensen sets TSM up for disaster as they will crumble. Team Liquid, 3-1, takes down TSM and earns themselves a spot at Worlds.
TSM and Immortals are facing elimination. Stopwatch used for Loth, but Destiny might be able to lock him down, finds a bit of damage. Shockwave buys the time, and 3 kills in for TSM. And they can just try to frontline, but Immortals will drop TSM, the expected winners, the #1 seed.
One world slot left, and C9 and EG is still here fighting for it.
Although Blabber's just walking up for the dive.
Boy, I love the gank. The wave set so well. Fudge set it up, and who's gonna knock it down? It's Impact, baby! You cannot stop him! Perks is going in because Fudge is TP back around. Ulti again hits on Danny. It's so low, and Fudge with the flank TP finds forward the Nora ulti, and somehow that does not save the fight. Cloud9 are gonna find their sweep.
3 wins separate either of them from a trip to Worlds. Cloud9, TSM, heading out onto the Rift.
These are two teams that absolutely Worlds or bust.
Vulcan, Perks, and Blabber all want into the bottom lane. Will it be enough?
TP
Will be
immediately.
slowed. Now the TP's coming in. It's going to be enough damage. So Blabber dropped, and Blabber is gone.
4-man dive. They're looking to set up here. Sven has no flash.
TP, flash stun. Sora going to drop the aggro. 3 dead, make it #4. Vulcan, yes, the death pinch is in. And Cloud9 fight from such a deficit. The heroics of Sven to secure the Elder, and that is game 1-1. TSM will fall in game 4. Cloud9 have been fighting back and forth and scrapping back and forth. We are going to game 5. And now they go on the turret. TSM must fight. And Sora starts it off. Knocks it in here as well. But do they have what they need? Here comes Diana. Pulls in 3. Big damage. This could be the death knell. Cloud9 in for 3. Cloud9 in for 4. And Cloud9 will end TSM's year. Cloud9, North America's best international team, are headed back to Worlds.
Battle in the upper bracket between Team Liquid and 100 Thieves. Team Liquid, it's 100 Thieves heading out onto the Rift for the first time in this best of 5.
FBI does lose his Immortal Shield, but Proctor JJ, 4-man engage on 100 Thieves, and they will be torn to shreds. Jensen right back in with FBI. Oh, they got the shutdown and closers ready to go. Team Liquid, what have you done? 100 Thieves are coming back into it. Closer's gonna be your next target. He does not have a way out. He has no Ragnarok. He's gonna revive here with the Guardian Angel, but this could be the end of the game, the end of the series. It's not gonna matter. They find Alfari, but that's all they're gonna get. 100 Thieves are aced. They earn themselves a spot in the LCS Finals.
For Cloud9 and 100 Thieves, one best-of-5 series spells either the end of a season or a shot at the title of LCS champion.
Blabber going for the flash with the audacious charge, but now he's got to back up a little bit, thrown up into the air, but the ulti keeps him safe. Blabber's going to be the first to die, and FBI burns them down. Fudge is having to run away. Abadaga, it's a shockwave, my friend. 100 Thieves, shut him down. Closer goes in for the kick. He found Sven. They've already got the kill, and that is massive for 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves are up 2-0 over Cloud9 now.
Ben is free-firing as you've got Blabber jumping into the fight, but he's going to be taking a lot of damage now. Closer will be the first to die. That is the jungler with the soul on the table. That is Sven lining them up and knocking them down. My friends, we are going to game number 4 with that Cloud9 win. And 100 Thieves is going even further. Teleport up here in the top lane. Sunday's looking to go. Hook shot right back in. Sven with a flash away. Chains of Corruption coming out. Sven's about to go down. Shockwave not going to hit much of anything. 100 Thieves still looking to make the moves. 100 Thieves just bulldoze them. Sunday coming around from behind. Perk's going to be under pressure. Shockwave able to find one. FBI's going to be taken low, but can they find the kill? No, they cannot. Cloud9's getting run over. FBI's going to be peeled for. Double kill back over to him, and Vulcan's the last man standing. 100 Thieves stand tall.
And for the first time since they created the team in 2018, 100 Thieves are going to be running it back to finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LCS Championship. The two teams in front of us today are ready to put it all on the line. This is where legends are made and legacies are born. This is your LCS Championship.
As Rift Herald drops, the minion wave will be falling pretty rapidly. Heaven Pulp comes in, Alcerol tanks it up, kill number 1 and number 2. 100 Thieves played through the bot lane, and the bot lane rewards them, not only with 4 turret plates, but 4 kills as well.
Oh my goodness, there goes the early game.
Made by many and ruled by one, and right now that team is 100 Thieves. 1-0 so far in the best of 5. Dost is on who he forced to run away, and now in comes Core JJ, wants to set up with the mid laner. Will they find the kill in Abadaga? Yes, they will. 2 for 0 for the chase, but Closer may have come alive. He's ignited, has very little health, but he gets 2 kills. He gets the reset, and now it's time to find a kill on a Jensen, as this could be it for the kill. Yes, finds the stun, and again, Closer just makes it happen. 100 Thieves are 1 game away from hoisting their first LCS trophy. The pillar's still in your way. You can't dash over it. Now, he's ready for a bit more. Closer's here to help Abadaga, though. Root comes in once the Lee Sin's in range. Q's gonna land. Q follow through! And it happens again. Crawl. Closer gets first blood. Tor forced to walk away. No. Flash follow. He's tanky. The kick back in. They found Tactical. And Varus is helpless. The knock-up, the bowling pins, they're falling. Core JJ is low. Sonic Wave follows, and Closer. You can throw in 3 bans. You can first pick a champion, and he does not care. The LCS Championship is going to be home to a new team. The 5th to ever hoist an LCS trophy, and it's 100 Thieves. Hootie to start the dive. You can hear the cheers behind us. 100 Thieves rule the LCS.
Not even fair.
What if respawning was refreshing? here's to the round between rounds.
This game is rigged. This game is out to get me.